Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So this is the Yonex Tour tennis ball and it's one of the best looking tennis balls I have ever touched and I have ever played with. Look at those seams that are connecting the melton parts together. It's perfect. So let's dive into the full review. The court is perfect, the weather is perfect in Czech in the Czech Republic and the TTC club. And we are hitting with Pavle, my stringer and a sparring partner, the very first time with the Yonex Tour tennis ball. And it's always super thrilling to try something new. And this was a very nice experience. So right from the start, look at that, the ball is bouncing like crazy. The balls are hard, they are, bouncy, tough, quite uncomfortable, I would say. So the comfort is really not there because the ball feels kind of stiff. But that's a sign of quality of the rubber. So the rubber is really of a high quality, very similar to the Technifibre X1 tennis ball, which I consider is the best ball on the planet Earth. And by the way, these balls are super spin friendly right from the start because, as I told you, the seams and everything is so perfect on the ball that really the strings can grab them. So they really go and grab and bite into the seams. It's almost unnatural, I would say, and we are kind of struggling, as you can see, hitting a really nicer, flatter, faster shot. But it's the beginning of the session, so let's go. As I moved to the net, I realized how responsive these balls are. So that's always sign of a really fast, energetic ball. I would compare it to tennis rackets, right? So when you have a tennis racket with a softer RA, let's say around 60 or 62, the reaction is slower. But if you have a firmer, stiffer frame, like the good old Babolat's 70, 72 RA, the reaction of the racket, in this case, the reaction of the ball, is really faster. So very easy to make a failure on the net, but at the same time, if you do everything right, the reaction of the ball is quick and the ball is really fast. During the tennis match, the ball got better and better, and it favors players who have faster strokes and want to play more aggressive. It really gives an extra energy to your shot. But if you are someone who just wants to have an ordinary fun on court without really trying too much, I would say that these balls are maybe not for you. These are very fast and very responsive at tournament level balls, and I quite like them. I highly recommend when playing with the fresh balls to use a fresh string setup because these balls need extra control. So if you have a softer setup and older setup, don't play with these balls when they are new because they are unforgiving and you wouldn't be able to go for the shots as as natural as it gets. So these balls are fast, unforgiving, they are proper tournament tennis balls. I like them because they really keep me in the in the right spot on the court. I always can swing fast, go for the shot, and I expect that the ball will reward my technique, my fluid and good movement on the court. But maybe if you are on the lower intermediate level, then this ball will not suit your slower game, especially when you are still learning how to play properly. The Yonex Tour ball is not a gimmick. It rewards active and aggressive players who want to go for the shot and play fast tennis in a very brave manner. So if you are a brave player, don't hesitate. These balls are great for you.
Oh, sorry.
And let's enjoy this nice rally, and after that we will give you with Pavle the final rating for the Yonex Tour tennis balls. Alright, hello everyone, I'm here with Pavle. This is my stringer and this will be translated into English. So we are talking about the Yonex Tour tennis balls. Have you ever played with Yonex tennis balls? No, I did not ever play with Yonex tennis balls, and by the way, hello. So we have here these categories. So we are rating the balls as if in school. So 1 is best, 5 is worst, and these categories are feel, comfort, control, and speed plus bounce, and durability later. In the feel and comfort category I give 2. They were not bad, but I think that there are also better balls on the market. So can you compare them with other balls on the market? So I think they are quite similar with the Technifiber X1 balls we use. So when you pick up them from the can, they feel similar, but maybe these are easier to use. The control is a little bit better with the Tour, but the overall better ball is probably the X1 in some of other categories. So the court keeper is now interrupting us and shouting at me, I did the lines for you, I cleaned the lines for you, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to clean the lines after the game, which we need to do when we finish the game on the clay court, so I'm apologizing in a, little bit funny way. So the feel and comfort, I see it similarly as Pavle, but maybe just a tiny little bit worse, so we decided at that moment that we will rate also 2 minus, so 2.5 points when we are not sure. So for me, the Yonex Tour is at the beginning quite stiff, quite hard, quite uncomfortable. It's not that I don't have feel, but the comfort is really not there, so they need to kind of break in. It takes like 30 minutes to really break in, and then they are quite okay. So the next category is control. What do you think, Pavle? So if we can rate like 1 minus, I would give it like 1 minus, but maybe 2. I really like the spin. I like the slice shots very much, but sometimes I wasn't really able to control the ball. It was like, maybe too fast. So maybe it was my fault, but overall, yeah, good control. I very much agree with you, especially at the beginning. The spin potential was huge because there are these bulges, the seams, the 3D effect of the ball, so the strings can really grab the edges of the seams and the spin is like monstrous. But then it a little bit flattened out, so it was like normal, let's say then. So the last category we will be rating for now is the speed and bounce. I'm giving 1 minus. These are very similar to the Technifiber X1 balls, very fast. The X1 balls are even faster and more brutal, but today we played in a sunny and quite hot environment, so they were fast enough. And what I like was the bounce and the overall predictability of the ball, so I enjoyed them. I agree with that completely. These balls are very similar to the X1 balls, but these are slightly more playable. The X1 balls are more extreme in terms of bounce and speed. Still, the Yonex Tour balls are some of the fastest balls I've ever played with. So, what is your final impression of these balls? Do you think it is a tournament level ball or a training ball? I think if you buy them, you cannot go wrong with these. I don't know how much they are now. I bought them around for 850 euros. So we will see how it is with the durability, if they can last 4 hours of play. it would be great. So definitely not a bad ball. I would easily pick these once and play with them again anytime. Now the ball has broken in after 1.5 hours of hitting and feels for my taste even better compared to when it was brand new. I think these are really good high quality tennis balls for the price, which I think is spot on for such a high performing ball. And in comparison with other balls, this one is really close to the Technifiber X1 ball. Only the seams here on this Yonex ball are really standing out and make the ball feel even more 3D for the maximum spin. So if you look at the ball and the seams, it is really more like plastic in terms of like 3D effect, and that's why there is more spin and more bite right from the start on the ball, which is extreme at the beginning. What is also a sign of high quality is that it has the approval, the stamp that you can see on the Yonex rackets. So this ball is really made with the Yonex standard, and they are made in Thailand, which is the best possible place where you can make balls. There are just few factories around the world, and in Thailand are the best ones. So thank you, Pavle, for your review, and I will catch you in my next review where we'll be reviewing the Solinco Tour balls. So after testing these balls with Pavle, I thought, what about to give these balls to some, junior, 15-year-old, Vincent. He is on the right side. As you can see, he is a 15-year-old guy who is learning tennis just for 2 years, which is tremendous how he plays. Now, he is a big talented guy, and he plays against Ivosh. Ivosh is a long-time amateur and also a club-level player who is playing competition matches. And both players said that these balls are quick, uncomfortable, and they are really kind of, hard to play with. And if you don't have the skill, if you don't have the speed for these balls, they will kind of punish you for your lack of movement corrections you can make throughout the swings, and so on and so on. So if you are someone who is on a beginner level, or you don't like playing competition at all, you are maybe some senior, or you are someone who likes to play just doubles, let's say, these balls will be probably not good for you, because they are quick, fast, uncomfortable, quite uncomfortable, hard, and kind of not that easy to control, which comes with the stiffer rubber that they are made of. So the response from the ball is really quick, and if you don't put enough spin to the ball, they will punish you pretty dramatically. So after their 1.5 hour session, it's pretty long, they gave those scores, and both gave the same numbers. So Ivosh and Vincent rated the feel for the ball and the comfort 3, the control 2, and the speed and the bounce 1-, which makes total score of 2.16. So let's give these balls a final rating. So I didn't want to include the rating from Vincent and Ivosh, because these guys will not always be there on a playtest, so those numbers would be kind of different from time to time. So with Pavle, I will be rating the balls in my next reviews continuously, so I will include only our ratings. So the final total rating from myself is 2, and from Pavle is 1.83. But there is something missing, and that's the durability. So the durability of these balls is kind of good, but not great, and I will explain that. So the balls, after these 3 hours of hitting, or maybe 3.5 hours of hitting, are almost without any hair. They are bald. What does it mean? They are very fast now. they kind of glide through the air, and it is really hard for you to create topspin with these balls. So the control and the kind of precision and feel for these balls is not very good now. They are still bouncing really well, the rubber is of a highest quality, and the overall look of these balls is nice. You can still see the printed branding on them pretty well, but what I also don't like is the color. So the color is kind of, you know, not that colorful compared to the other brands like the Head Tour tennis balls, and also they feel still very kind of stiff and hard on your arm. So the final durability score from myself is 2. And if we compare all these numbers, or if we put all these numbers, the 1.83 and the 2 and 2 from me together, we have a final number, and it says 1.94 for the Yonex Tour ball. Alright, so this wraps up the total final ultimate review for the Yonex Tour tennis balls. And guys, these are superb high quality tournament tennis balls. They are really fast, unforgiving, not that comfortable. They bounce really well, the bounce is super constant, so you can really rely on them. But if you are not fast enough, if you don't appreciate a fast tournament level game, you will definitely not like these, because they will punish you for your late hitting, for not putting enough spin to the ball, and for lower or slower, let's say, reaction. So would I play with these? Of course, any time, because I like fast and speedy game, responsive feel, but maybe just for the 1.5 hours, because after that, when they lose the hair, they become quite uncontrollable. But in overall, this is a really an ultimate tournament level ball for advanced and tournament level players. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe, click this thumbs up button. You can support my channel by the super thanks, clicking the super thanks button, the buy me a coffee platform, PayPal option, and all of these options will give you the opportunity to ask me a question, a donation question, and I will answer your question in 48 hours. If you support me, I support you back. And for now, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to watch my channel, because there will be more tennis balls reviews coming. So guys, thank you, and as always, enjoy tennis, play tennis, watch tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!